Peach
Knee-high good. Not a sponsor.
Shit, there's our sponsor.
Not really.
No. So,
hello.
how?
Can I tell the people stuff?
You want me to tell the people stuff?
Yeah.
So, as the title it clearly states, we went to Nebcon. It's called Anime Nebcon. We were up there for 2 days? 3 days.
A day and a half for the con.
Yeah, at the con, we were there for a day and a half. Long ass drive, let me tell you, but it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
We had a blast.
What, 3 hours from here?
2 hours and 45-minute drive. We got 2 viewers already. 2 hour and 45-minute drive.
Mm-hmm.
Totally worth it. The people were great. I mean,
yeah. Well, we took a day to run around with a friend and show them off Omaha. That was fun.
Somebody fucking loves it up there.
Dude, the Westroads Mall is fucking amazing.
I'll agree. The Westroads Mall is the shit.
And that food court, which we found out is actually new.
I'm not talking less like 2 years old.
Yeah. But the food there is fucking phenomenal.
The only mall we know of, other than Oak Park Mall in Overland Park, Kansas, that has sushi.
Mm-hmm.
And this sushi is phenomenal.
Yeah.
They have a ramen place in there. There's tacos. There's falafel and all kinds of crazy shit. But yeah,
food court you'd actually want to go to.
Exactly. If we had a mall like that around here, we wouldn't be here.
Well, it would because it'd be closed, but you get what you mean.
Yeah. So, the first day of Nebcon, we were both supposed to cosplay. I didn't, simply because the weather up there is at least 5 to 10 degrees colder here. It was up there, I think it was 30, 34. Here it was like 41.
That was with the sun up.
Yeah, it was cold. So, yeah, like
3 o'clock Friday morning, it was like 28 degrees.
Yeah.
Anyone who watches Associates, it's cold as fuck.
Yeah, that ain't no shit. But the people were great. It was a what I call it a 72-hour con. It went for 3 days straight.
Mm-hmm.
There was no stopping. Panels were running until 2 and 3, up to 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
The vendor hall, of course, closed, and there was fucking food trucks.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have to leave to go get food if we wanted to, and the prices were good.
Yeah,
I think for a decent-sized burrito, it was like $4.
Yeah,
it was cheap. So
we didn't get to indulge any of that because we were running amok. By the time we were ready for food, it was dinner time. We're like, yeah, we'll just go somewhere.
Come on. Anyway, the cosplayers there were fucking great.
Dude,
there was some awesome cosplayers. We had, he was the only, besides one, Elias there.
Mm-hmm.
There was 2 Chises. I was supposed to be a third, but it got too cold. There was Full Metal Alchemist people. There was Fairy Tale people. There was 7 Deadly Sins. Disney. Disney.
Online podcast people.
Yeah.
It was so mixed and accepting. I mean, there was even a Pickle Rick.
Yeah. There was at least 2 Pickle Ricks.
Mm-hmm.
There was a Zoidberg. I mean,
Zoidberg. Well, some other crazy shit we saw.
Well, I mean, my phone's over there, and I got a lot of the funky shit.
There was a lot of stuff. Old school anime, new school anime.
Mm-hmm. Netflix specials. Hell, there was even a guy there dressed as David Bowie.
Yeah, that's right. And of course, there's always one guy, Fieri.
And that guy was good too.
Yeah, he was.
But we took his car.
Oh, there was even Dark Crystal.
Yeah, there was actually. We took his car, and as many of our viewers know, I hate his car, and I was driving
The whole time.
3 hours there, 3 hours back, and about an hour and a half around the city. And
Yes. How does that make you feel?
Fuck Fords. There's a reason I drive an old Pontiac. If we would have taken my car, I wouldn't have bitched as much. But we had another person.
I would have to say, shout out to our hotel.
Yeah, our hotel was amazing.
We went to.
It was the Hampton Inn off of. It was actually it's called the Hampton of Exarban. The hostesses there were phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Our room was amazing, even though the temperature was.
Yeah, but that was us.
Yeah, true. But parking was good.
Yeah, we didn't have to pay for parking.
Yeah.
That's a big difference from Kansas City.
I forgot what con that was.
Sucked.
Either way.
Sorry, I'm still salty on that. Just ugh.
But we definitely plan on going back. I think, because NakaCon here has turned into such a shit show. It has become, I call it a liberal house. I mean, it's so freaking backwards and stupid with their rules about cosplay and. I mean, my God.
Oh, we got there. Everything was accepted. We're like, oh yeah, everything's good.
Hell, he even got to carry a staff, which has a sharp point on it. And they were like, yeah, just don't swing it. Strapped it and everything. Said, go ahead. There was people carrying metal blades.
Sheathed.
Well, yeah, sheathed, but it was still a metal blade.
And they were cool.
And they were really cool about it. They're really open to vapors and or smokers. There were more vapors there than smokers, and as people know, I smoke and vape.
There was like what, 5 different exits in the building, so there was plenty of places for everybody.
Actually, there was about 8.
Yeah.
And every exit had a place for a smoker. There was an ashtray there. There was a place for vapors to go. I mean, of course, you'd have to mix with the smokers, but it was still very welcoming environment.
Oh, yeah.
And I give props to the hotel that hosted this, because that hotel was leaps and bounds beyond what we have here.
Mm-hmm.
Overland Park Convention Center, yes, there's a hotel attached, but it's total shit. I mean,
yeah, you get some like animosity from the staff members there, even from a few others. There's always that hesitance of, they're just like, oh hi, enjoy the con.
Hell, at NebrasCon, there was an open bar. People were going up and getting beer.
Open bar. There was like 3,
5 or 6.
Yeah,
there was a lot of liquor,
and it was very well controlled.
Yeah, very well controlled. I mean, IEDs. It was either IEDs or get the fuck out. The prices were decent for drinks. This one got a bucket.
Yeah, it was kind of a local favorite there or something.
It was a bucket about 8 inches in diameter and about 4 inches deep, and it was just full. And it was like $8.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like $8.
$8 or $9.
He of
It was
course
tasty.
tipped the bartender,
Of course. Always
And-
tip your bartender.
and hell, it ended up being $10. And he said he was great. It was great.
Yeah.
And I didn't drink because medications and shit.
That and designated driver. Always have a designated driver.
Always. Everybody was very open, very welcoming. The vendor room was amazing, small but amazing. The one thing we found was pretty cool is one of the vendors had a hentai section.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool.
That was hilarious. Dude, not only did they have hentai, they also had ecchi and semi-pornographic figures.
Very much so.
Topless.
Well, there was the one you found, Sasuke Kiryuin from Kill la Kill. They had her
Yeah.
topless.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, cool. Shit. I was gonna say something and it went. Lack of nicotine.
Right.
But you can go ahead. I'm gonna like this.
Let's see. Yeah, the vendor hall was amazing. There was a great mix of what there was. Of course, there was your manga, your anime, DVDs and shit,
Figures.
figures, kigurumis.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah, they were definitely great price. Like,
Yeah.
some of them had upcharges, but you can tell a lot were discounted from
Very much so.
stuff you buy online.
Well, like last year's NakaCon, we went crazy. About half of what you see here, well, not half of it, but a lot of it came from NakaCon. There was actually a vendor from NakaCon there that, of course, they're going to upcharge just a little. You can't really see it, but up on the top part of this cabinet,
Yeah,
it's literally right there. There's a figure that I found kind of rare. I'd never seen one before. It's Yui from Sword Art Online in her fairy outfit that's sitting on the edge of the shelf.
Mhm.
And
it was actually meant to sit on the shelf.
yeah, I've never seen one before, and I used to work in retail that does figurines. But that right there, I did some research on, and it was I think it was like $60 online.
Oh, goodness.
We got it there for $30. So that's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
There was a lot, and I mean a lot of older collectible anime stuff in the vendor hall. Good example was Madoka Magica. You could see one. You can actually see it. It's right. Whoop, there
There it is.
There it is, right there. It's yeah. That one was like $30, and there was a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
That was the cheapest one, and it was pretty good.
Got to see some great voice actors.
Yeah.
Which I gotta give credit to because that's where I was not mainly for, but asked to go do was the signing, and they had it very well orchestrated. You ahead of time, you went and got a ticket, and then before then they wanted you to come like half an hour to an hour early, get in line. Then they queued you into a room where they kept it all organized and straight, and they'd have you go, a few people at a time to go talk to the voice actors, which they had in one room, and you went through a line. That was a little iffy because you couldn't table hop.
Yeah.
But it was very streamlined in a way, though.
Right, and I was getting word from people that a lot of the voice actors that were there, they were getting up from their spot and just walking down the line and saying, "Who's here for me?" Which I think is pretty cool. It gets people out of the room faster.
There was a few that were just very interactive with, us talking, getting to know us, and how did we know them?
All right.
Not a hi bye, but oh, what's your name?
Well, it's like when we met Jade Saxton.
Mm-hmm.
I was outside the line because I don't do lines very well. I'm not a crowding person. I was outside the line and he was at the table, and I was standing just, well, you had the table here, and I was here. I was waiting for him to come out so we can walk on. And he pointed me out to her, and she looked over and she goes, "Oh, this is for you." And I'm like, that was pretty cool.
My favorite was I don't know his name. I didn't really know him from a lot of stuff, but he was Bard from. I might be pronouncing the name wrong. He was the cook from Black Butler, and found he told me he had actually directed the show and got up, shook my hand, and really got up and socialized with us, which was really.
And there was some pretty cool voice actors there as well. You got to meet the voice actor for Migi from Parasite, and he got me the autograph for Kobayashi from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Man, which I thought was pretty freaking cool. Yeah.
Let's see, what else did we do there?
Alice Vendor Hall. We did we went to a panel.
Yeah.
And it was kind of cool, but their sound equipment sucks.
Yeah, that might have been on them. I don't know if it's them or the con. But.
I'm going to call it both because they use the same basic shit that NakaCon uses. And NakaCon stuff is total garbage. They should have brought a Bluetooth speaker or a line-in speaker to show their videos better.
Yeah.
Like with us, we carry a 400-watt sound package.
Oh,
it's in the other room. We carry a 400-watt sound package plus a speaker, like a portable Bluetooth speaker, at every convention, and we have no issues with sound except for NakaCon because they didn't want us to use our own.
Yeah.
And I did put in for NakaCon panels this year. I am yet to get a hey, yay, nay, or whatever.
Well, you know they're like last minute anyway.
Yeah, and I put them in early, so it'll be a while. But
we'll probably hear more about that like late February.
Oh, speaking of which, we have news. I have gotten news that SawesomeCon is returning this year. It will be in a different location.
Will it?
Yes.
Okay.
SawesomeCon is coming back. The dates, I think, are in May now.
Yeah. I remember him saying keep it open for May.
The end of May. It's after NakaCon, so this is going to be a little easier for us. Well, not counting we have free passes anyway. But, and don't ask how I got the free passes, and it's because we did some work for
that
for
doing
the con.
panels.
Yeah, well, we did panels, we did some work, and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, beyond the point, SawesomeCon is coming back. Where it's going to be, we don't know.
But we will.
We will inform you as we get the news. This coming year, I will say that we do have a cosplay that we plan on doing. Getting it right now is the issue since we lost a roommate. Yes. Either way, we're gonna get it done, and we'll have it ready to go. But back to NebraskaCon. This one was overly excited.
Oh yeah. I mean, the energy was so positive.
Yeah.
I didn't see or hear any negativity from anyone. Everyone was very positive. No one was being judgy.
Oh no.
We had tiny cosplayers, big cosplayers, and everybody's like, "That's cool. I like what you did."
Yeah. There was kids. There were teenagers. There were adults. There were old folks cosplaying as well.
Hell, we saw the old folks doing the Disney villains, and they were phenomenal.
There was an older gentleman there, and I talked to him, and I don't remember his name, but he was cosplaying Jafar, and it was phenomenal. I think it was his wife, and she was playing Ursula, which was fucking cool.
Well, it blew my mind. I don't know what the popularity is. If you know, throw it in the comments so we understand.
Absolutely.
There was like 3 Ursulas there.
Yeah. Oh, it's a Little Mermaid thing. So.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if like there's going to be another movie or something, or people just happen to like it.
That's something I don't follow. So.
Either way, I was like, all right, that's cool.
Yeah. We're definitely going back. We are definitely going back. We're talking about literally dropping NakaCon to go.
Biggest tip, if you ever plan on going, get there early. Parking is crazy.
At the convention, the parking is insane.
There's a lot of people.
And
that was on a Friday.
Yeah. We showed up, and I had to park about half a mile away and walk, and it was a disaster. I was actually parked semi-illegally on Friday. I was parked in a VFW hall. Thank God I have a veteran sticker or a veteran's tag that I could put in the car, but my uncle is a veteran, and he let me use his tag for the weekend. So, but Saturday, well, we went back Friday night by ourselves because we had our friend with us. We went back Friday night, and it was amazing.
Yeah, and you want to talk about after party?
Oh, dude!
Holy crap! There's a whole area that has rooms inside for people who can do room parties. There was actually 2 floors there.
Yeah, 2 floors, and it was an open mezzanine.
Mm-hmm.
And the mezzanine area alone was the party area, and it was jumping. I mean, there had to be about 300-400 people there in the mezzanine alone, not counting walking around doing panels and conversing with each other, and going outside to the food trucks and smoking and whatever. That place was going when we left, like hardcore, at 2:30 in the morning, and we went back the next morning around 10. Oh no, 11, because somebody decided I want to take my sweet time.
Sorry, I'm a biggie shopper.
No, when we left the hotel.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because
I wanted to cosplay one more time.
Yeah, he did, and
I got a few more pictures too.
You did. And we went back around 10. We went around the vendor hall like 2 or 3 more times, walked around the con a couple more times, and we headed for home.
Yeah.
Because he had to work the next morning.
So we looked at pictures from the community from the last weekend, and there was so much we didn't see.
Yeah.
Of just amazing cosplayers.
Well, what kills me is there was a lot of Borderlands people there.
Yeah. Well, the new game did just come out.
Yeah. But the minute we got there, because me and Jason, we pre-ordered our passes, which I'll get to that in a minute. The passes were cool. But we got there, and there was a couple of psychos there. And I walked up to them straight up because we both wanted a picture. I walked up to them. I said, "Now, which one's the commander of the poop train?" And they looked at each other. "I'm commander of the poop train." It was fun. But there was a really killer Maya there.
Mm-hmm.
She knocked it out. There was a Moxie there.
Was there?
There was. There was a Moxie. There was a Zane. There was another one I'm missing. Oh, and a Handsome Jack. There was a
him. I saw. I did.
Yeah,
I did briefly see him walk by. I didn't have a chance.
It was cool.
Say hello. But.
And all the Borderlands people were great. I mean, they were. Well, have you played the new game? Yeah, I beat it like 3 times now.
What was cool is they had a designated spot for group cosplay pictures.
And it was a stair step.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a podium kind of thing.
Yeah,
that had
it was
stairs.
really interesting.
And they did all the group pictures. And believe it or not, I don't know if you noticed, but on Saturday morning, no, not Saturday morning, it was Friday afternoon actually, there had to be at least 200 to 300 Ruby cosplayers.
I don't think there's that many, but there was a lot.
Dude, there was a lot. There was a lot. They did a group shoot, and they did. I think they said they took up to 1,000 pictures.
Yeah.
In just the group shoot, and every group shoot, there was a staff member available to help with positioning. And
I'll be right back. I'm gonna make sure I'm not getting messages from Zach asking questions.
oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
But anyway, it was a lot of fun. We definitely took. He took more pictures than I do, or I did, which is a normal because I'm the one carrying the Bluetooth speaker when we're at a convention. So my phone is usually in my pocket with I have an anime internet radio that I play while we're at a convention, which is very cliche, but it works. And it's a lot easier for me to do that. Nothing. So, yeah, I think it was a lot of fun. And like I said, we're definitely going back.
You wanted to talk about the passes.
The passes. I still have mine right here. Give me a second.
So I don't know what you want to talk about. I'll let you save that. But
Okay. Let's talk about how we do things.
Okay.
The passes are cool. This is the Nebcon pass, which is cool because every convention we've ever been to has a theme. This one was mystery adventure, and they ID'd you with a barcode, and it's plastic.
Yeah. Something I liked, if you pre-order a badge, they actually mail it to you.
Mm-hmm.
That way you're not waiting in, a 3-hour line to pick up your pre-registered pass.
Well, we got our passes in the mail individually. We ordered them at the same time on the same transaction. We got our passes individually with individually stamped envelopes with a personalized letter.
Yeah. Which
I thought was pretty cool. But the passes are actually waterproof. They're held of plastic. So
yeah.
It was an experience.
They were very organized with how they ran shit. I don't know how long they've been around, but it was. You knew they knew what they were doing.
Well, and we talked about too while we were there at the late night on Friday. Mm-hmm. We go back. We might put in for a panel or two.
Yeah.
Which I think would be a lot of fun because these people are in tune with it. They are on it, and the staff is very friendly. They're very helpful, and a few other ones we've been to. They're very knowledgeable of their surroundings, and they're also very in tune with the community.
So I actually got to talk with one because I had questions where autographs booths were, and they took the time to go, oh yeah, didn't talk down. They're like, yeah, this is where it is. If you have questions, come back. Very informative. Wanted to talk, and we actually talked shop for a bit.
Yeah. And I was talking to the con chair actually, which he is amazing. And he says, oh, I've never seen you at one of our conventions before. I said, well, this is our first time here. He goes, oh, cool. He said, are you from here? And I said, no. He goes, where are you from? I said, Independence, Missouri. He goes, oh, my God. And I'm like, yeah, we drove a minute.
Well, I found out in total there was a few people who just came all the way out. One guy said he came from Washington State. In the community, one guy said he was from Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of cool to see just how far people were coming for this con.
Well, and then he also asked me too while I was talking to him. did you drive or fly? And I said, we drove. He goes, my God. And I'm like, yeah, it was a drive.
Talk about a boring drive.
Yeah, once you hit that Iowa border, it's boring. And I was running on 15 minutes of sleep.
Farmland everywhere.
Corn, soy, flooding.
Lots of flooding. Yeah, unfortunately, they're still suffering from a lot of flooding. We actually saw goals. So that flooding's pretty bad.
Yeah. When you see lake gulls, birds, it's pretty bad.
I mean, hell, there were still flooded areas that were having wakes.
Yeah.
That we saw, what? When did we go up there? In June?
Early July.
Yeah. So that's what? October, November. 4 months.
Underwater.
So I'm hoping for them to
hope
get back in motion, get that all fixed.
But like I said before, and I'm going to move on because we're already pushing 32 minutes here. Like I said before, SawesomeCon is coming back. We will be at NakaCon this year, but possibly not next year. SawesomeCon, we don't know the location, but we do know the times. If you don't know, and if you want to attend, it's on Facebook. It will tell you the exact dates because I don't have my phone right in front of me. I can't tell you.
I can check if you want.
Or just grab my phone. It's over there.
Okay.
Or whatever. Because my phone, it's an overlap. Like I said before, I did put in for panels at NakaCon. Whether they got approved or not, we don't know. It's also kind of dummy where to go.
He's looking up that real quick. So do that. We're planning on going to Contra this weekend.
Yeah, that's a little known con. It's a 21 plus. We do plan on going. Well, we've already bought our passes, so
not cosplaying this time, no. Not really.
Not really. According to come on. We are working on redesigning the website and looking for an artist to work on our design plans for next year. But the real reason why you're reading this post, SawesomeCon 2020 dates are May 29th through the 31st.
Well, there we go.
Here are our scheduled guest lists to date. We will be announcing them again individually as well. Damon Mills, Marissa Linty, Amber Lee Connors, Barry Yandel, Jim Ferranda, Brad Jackson, and EBA Comedy. The theme for this year is We're Back from Space. Since we're back after a year off, and many of our special guests are voice actors from shows that are space related, Borderlands, Dragon Ball, etc. So there we go. There is no set place yet. They're waiting to announce it and when things are finalized with the convention center.
I imagine they're probably still doing
it. Better not be
stuff.
downtown. I will fucking flip. But SawesomeCon is definitely one of our home cons, and it has always been great. We have never had a problem with them.
They've been growing quite quickly.
Mm-hmm. We went from, about 200 attendees to 1,500 within a year. And it was worth it.
Yeah.
And it's always been worth it. NakaCon, like I said, the first year I went, it was great. Every year since then, it's turned into a giant shit show.
And hopefully they can get their shit back together. And because I remember going back in 2013, 2014. It was pretty fun, but ever since then, it's come so strict where it's really hard to cosplay what you want.
Well, like everybody knows, I'm sure everybody knows, I cosplay from time to time Sinon from Sword Art Online. Sinon shows a little skin. I wear a bodysuit underneath the cosplay. Mm-hmm. And even with the bodysuit, they had a fit.
Yeah.
They wanted me to put something on over that underneath the cosplay because it showed skin.
Which in reality, it didn't.
It really don't. And people were upset
Yeah.
because you can, like me, I know I'm not the best figured person, but if you have a love for cosplaying a character, do it right. And I, in my size and stature, I do it as good as I can.
Well, I said no matter what your
And
body size, if you like a character, cosplay it.
yeah, exactly. And when we find within all of this, there are people that are, because one of their rules, and this is a stupid rule, if you have it, cover it up. They don't want to see butt cheek. They don't want to see butt crack. They don't want to see camel toe. They don't want to see shit like that. But yet, the night I was told to put a shirt on underneath my cosplay, even though I was wearing a bodysuit, that night we were walking around and we saw somebody, some chick, big girl, dressed as Poison Ivy.
Mhm.
And
Which most should know is kind of a
it's a
little risque
very,
costume.
very much so. And all you saw was big ass. And it was riding right up, and nobody said nothing.
So no, we're not discriminating.
No, we're not discriminating anybody. We're just putting an example.
Although I think someone else was from Gurren Lagann, which is the chick is just in a bikini. She's running around.
Mhm.
No qualms on nothing.
Yeah, no repercussions. No, hey, you need to put something on under that.
So it's a little bit of a felt like what segregation,
It literally felt like people were getting individualized for what they were.
discrimination. That's
There was
it.
a lot of discrimination, a lot of favoritism.
Yeah. So she was a patronage. Our keep going there is going to be very on the line.
Because, well, I want to read the fine print of their policies this coming year, and that'll determine whether we continue going or not.
Yeah.
Because I put in for panels, and because of a lot of issues with staffing and equipment and stuff like that, I didn't ask for any equipment. I never do, because we have it all.
Yeah.
And the requirements for us to use to do a panel is ridiculous. You have to use their PA system. You have to use their projectors. We have all that stuff. We don't need it. And I did not ask for a 150-person room. I asked for a small room because I had maybe 30 people at the most.
Yeah, I think, especially when you know how big of a crowd you're going to draw in, they should kind of work with that if they can.
Yeah.
Because you'll lose people from not hearing, and that was our biggest issue. It's like, we can't hear you. It's like, come forward. This is a huge room. And
yeah, and they got a really shitty PA system. And the bad part was about Nebcon is if you wanted to use the microphone, you had to swallow the fucking thing to make it work.
I think I had it about this far away, and they're like, we can't hear you. And it's like, I don't feel comfortable putting this on my mouth because this is not my mic.
Yeah, and I swore next time we do a panel at Nebcon, we're using our own PA system.
Yeah.
Our own PA system is a 200-watt unit with its own microphone, and the microphone is 10 times more sensitive than what they had at Nebcon. So we're going to use ours, no matter what they say, because I'm not going to lose people.
Yeah.
Especially if they can't hear us.
I think we're almost wrapped up.
Yeah, we're pretty well done. We just wanted to make some announcements that says we're going to Nebcon, we are going to SawesomeCon, and we will be back at Anime Nebraska definitely.
So we're going to do everything we can to go back.
Yes. Another thing. There is a viewer of ours that is a close friend of ours that has said, with our streams, you guys are having trouble hearing us. We have heard you. The mic that we are using is the one on my Logitech webcam. Give us time, we'll fix the issue. Because the mic is so crappy in that thing, we're going to try to get another mic.
Yeah.
Because we can't. Right now, we're on a budget, so we're not funded through YouTube, which a lot of people think we are. We're not funded through them. We don't have sponsorships. We're doing all of this out of pocket. So,
if anyone knows of any good,
cheaper.
decent price mics, leave a comment. We're always willing to hear
Personally,
people out.
yeah. Personally, I'm looking at a what the hell is that little one at Best Buy? I liked
I don't
it.
know. I think it's nice, ain't it?
I think it's a Yeti.
Yeah, Yeti.
It's a Yeti. It's about this big, and it looks like a lapel mic, but it's not. It actually clips onto your monitor, and it's supposed to be one of the best you can get.
We'll figure something out.
We'll figure it out. But if you have a suggestion on microphones, by all means, leave it in the comments. Hell, you can comment now if you wanted to on what you think would be a good mic.
Or what to stay away from.
Yeah, no doubt. But anyway, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up. We are going to probably stream Borderlands here shortly after this. So stay tuned for that. I have pretty much nothing else.
Yeah, I think that's all our news.
If you plan on going to any of these conventions we have mentioned that we're going to be at, look us up. We will announce what we'll be cosplaying if we do cosplay. We will announce what we're going to do prior to us doing it. We always do. Yeah. So, anyway, anything to add?
No, I think I'm good.
Unless we get on the game. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, by the way. Another thing, too, just real quick. While we are streaming, there is no way I can double do the cameras on the side of the screen. There's no way I can actually include your cam footage. So, either way, we're going to try to figure out like how to schedule ourselves between cameras. The headsets that we use, mine is a Razer. I don't know what yours is. I think it's a Astra.
Remember. Yeah, sounds
I think his is an Astra. Mine's a Razer, and it looks like Diva's headset from Overwatch. But so yeah, if you have any microphone suggestions for our streaming like this, leave it in the comment section. If you have any ones to stay away from, leave it in the comment section. We will do our best to make this happen to where you guys can hear us better.
Yeah.
Because I know that microphone is really shitty. So, anyway, guys, I think this is going to be it for this episode or stream or whatever, and we'll do it again here shortly.
We'll see you all in the next one.
Yeah, we'll see you in the next one like this, and we'll see you here shortly on Borderlands. So, take it easy,
Bye-bye.
and we'll talk to you later.